What you're looking at here is Feroce Delicate, an F2, and F2 present the most diversity. So that this one is a yellow sort of shaped, well, kind of in between the Delicata and a Madison's Cross, the summer squash, but it's got a yellow stripe running down where normally a Delicata would have green stripes. It's got a bright yellow stripe down it, and it's kind of a pale yellow primary as the flesh, so it looks like a good mix between the two. I was hoping for a round one like where the seed came from with more Delicata like colors, but that didn't happen. That particular squash right there is crossed with this one behind it, which is probably in the video prior to this, but that's what it looks like right now. And this is an actual open pollinated pumpkin winter luxury pie, and that has that particular winter luxury pie fruit is a cross between it and this Delicata, Feroce Delicate, the yellow one. So that'll be interesting. I was hoping for something different, but when stuff like that happens, you go with it and you make the best of it and see what happens. This is the winter luxury pie after a few days. It did kind of, you call it orange up. It looks more of a yellowish color to me. It might not look like that in the camera, but anyway, the seed's not going to get any more ripe in here, so this is already starting to die back a little too far in here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the seed. If it's viable, then I'll save it. If it's not, then I'll have to do this same cross in the springtime. There may be some viable seed in this. We'll have to see. That one looks like it might be right here. So I'll go ahead and attempt to save the seed. I want to test a sample of the seed, the Feroce Luxury Pie Cross seed, just to see if it's viable, because I'm going to be planting, and I think mid-March is when I'm going to be planting cucurbits. I've got 9 seed now, and I'll throw a little bit of mix on top of it and put a little dome on it, and hopefully within a few days. Now this seed was dried in the house on a paper plate for about I'd say 3 days, maybe 4, but I think it was 3. 3 of the squash have germinated. So and this is just today, so they first started germinating today, so I anticipate more will pop up here shortly, and that's really good news. I thought the squash was a little immature, but it seems like we have a winner, and they're getting 100% germination. The squash plant's looking pretty pathetic. It's overtaken with powdery mildew, but I had to leave the squash on as long as I could. If there was any green in the leaf at all, I left it on there so that it could attempt to mature the seed within that squash. This is a close-up of that squash, which is a Feroce Delicate. This is an F2, and where there's the biggest amount of diversity. And this particular plant produced these pretty colorful, well, mix. It's got the Delicata stripes, but they're yellow. This is entirely intensely yellow, except for the very tip there. So this, for breeding purposes, this could be, this could have several ways forward. I could take it, which I'm going to do. I'm going to sample it for taste and attempt to save seed. It should have good seed in it. It sat so long, and this part is fairly dry. But I could also breed it back to the bush Delicata and attempt to get more Delicata genes, but keep the yellow with the yellow stripes. That could be pretty cool. Or it could be unique on its own and taste good on its own. And the seed within it could grow plants that are slightly different than that, because it's still somewhat genetically diverse in the 3rd generation F3. which the seed is F3. The squash itself is F2. The seed itself is F3. All right, I've taken the seed out of one half and saved it. Majority of them were plump. I know, I'm almost positive that this seed is going to be good and germinate. Really positive, especially because this hung on the plant for nearly 2 months after being fertilized and started growing. But this is what it looks like, and I like the color. The shape I'm not so fond of, but after hanging on the plant for so long, the outer coating here is still soft. So I don't know if that's a delicata thing or an indoor growing thing. I also looked at, I tasted it with my tongue, and it seems more savory than sweet. There's not much sweetness to it, but I'm still going to cook it. One thing I did seem to notice was that the flesh doesn't appear to be stringy, so that'll become more evident after I cook it. So I'm just going to not grill it, but I'm going to bake it, essentially, broil it in a way to see if I can bring out some sugars, and we'll just salt and pepper it and get it kind of an objective taste to see if this exact line is worth keeping, if I'm going to potentially cross it back to delicata or what have you. I don't know yet. So let me go in there and see what I think. I may or may not show the video of me post cooking and doing a taste on camera. I may just put it in the video in text form, but we'll see.
How long do we gotta stay?